first and third Monday of each month, 6:30 p.m. in the evening. Not too far from here, at La Habra City Hall. So we're about to have a new City Hall open. I don't know if you've seen that. Being built. So if you come after January, for sure, we should be in the new building.
Okay.
Maybe it'll be one of our first people, our meetings there.
Okay.
You'll make history. So, as you were talking, I was thinking a lot about what I got on the Orange County Transportation Authority Board of Directors. I helped get a bus service started. Have you seen the La Habra Express come around?
Yes.
So we got that going. Now, that's one way to get people to decrease their carbon emissions if they ride public transportation. Things like a bus or a train, right? So, maybe you can help me get the word out on riding the bus, kind of thing. So that would be one way we can help each other. On bike, one thing we're trying to do too is have more bike lanes and bike trails to connect them to other cities. And so, people might be a little more interested in riding their bike if there was a safe and easy way to do that. So we want to have a bike lane. So you guys know the rail track that goes from east to west in La Habra, kind of not too far from here. So we're talking to the railroad who owns that, seeing if they'll let us basically just take about 12 feet of it and have a bike path. So you could go from Whittier all the way through La Habra to Brea on a bike path. So you could do like long distance biking. They call that in transportation, there's a word called active transportation. It's where you're transporting yourself, you're walking the bike. But you are personally providing the energy, so that's called active transportation. I was going to tell you too, one thing I do, there's a committee, there's something called the Air Quality Management District, AQMD. So up in Diamond Bar, there's a big, huge, have you seen the big, huge glass building? It's the AQMD building for our, the region is humongous. It's Los Angeles County, Orange County, San Bernardino County, Riverside County. Is that AQMD district. So there's something that the state does. If you buy a car and you register your car in one of those counties, you pay a $4, you pay a vehicle registration fee. $4 of that fee goes into this pot of money that we then get to play with to try to reduce mobile sources of pollution. So I'm on that committee. Orange County gets 2 people on that. So anyway, we take that and we can fund things like we help cities or school districts buy cleaner buses, or what we did, like when the La Habra Express bus is a very clean bus. So that they help that $4 from everybody. That committee uses the funds to make it affordable to buy the really clean vehicles. Another thing is a lot of like hydrogen fuel stations. If you're going to have a hydrogen car is really clean. Problem is no one wants to buy one because there's not like gas stations. Like gas stations are everywhere, right? So if you're running your car on gasoline, it's great. But people don't want to get a hydrogen car because there's nowhere to get the fuel. So if there was more fueling stations or like gas stations everywhere, maybe people would be more interested in doing that. So we try to get more and more hydrogen fuel stations built.
Yeah, that would help.
So that helps too.
We're wondering if you could help us making the PSA for a bus and bike truck. Talking about that.
Yeah. So our La Habra Express.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I'd be happy to do that. That'd be great. So you just like film something to put on YouTube, kind of
Yes,
thing?
we videotape on what we're going to talk about, describe it, and then explain it how it would be available. and then we
Yeah.
post it on YouTube, that way everyone will be able to see it.
We have a website for the bus. It's like goplaces.com,
Oh, yes.
something like that. Have
Yes.
you seen that?
Go
Okay.
places. Yes.
There's also the other OCTA run buses, and we can try to promote, that too. Just the normal. You've probably seen this, the normal OCTA
Yes.
big buses.
Yes.
So I'm on the transit committee at OCTA, so we're working on that a lot. Overall in Orange County, our bus ridership has been coming down. It's fewer and fewer people across the whole county
Yes.
have been dropping. So that's been a real big challenge for us. So.
And also, can we send a link to the website that you go see places, go see places, see places?
You're gonna send.
Yeah, if we
link?
could send a link about the PSA.
Oh, link it onto that site?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Shouldn't be a problem.
Okay.
All right.
And then how would we get the city council appointment? Would we have to go
Oh.
there in person and then get an appointment? Or?
Why don't I'll call the city manager, let him know, him and, he kind of tries to set the meeting so that there's not one meeting that's, really too big, so maybe because, we'll try to space it out, maybe there's a meeting, in the near future that's not too crazy, we can, so I want to talk to him about it first.
Okay.
But we'll work on that. When I was a kid, we used to have stage 1 smog alerts. You know what that meant? Smog was so bad, they wouldn't let little kids like me go outside and play during recess. There was, I can remember as a kid playing soccer, and the smog was so bad, here in the LA area. It would burn in your lungs when you play. And there were some days it was so bad they wouldn't let us out. You have to stay inside in the room. So when they finally did put catalytic converters on cars, way back when I was a kid, you'd see cars and buses and stuff. This exhaust coming out of the tailpipe was this black smoke. It was horrible. You could just see it just pouring out black smoke, exhaust looking stuff. So they came up with a thing that it basically reburns the exhaust and refilters it one more time. So the emissions out of the tailpipe of cars is way cleaner than it used to be. And that's great. So our air quality here is significantly better than it used to be. But we don't have stage 1 smog where I can't even think of the last time. It's been forever. So that's actually been a big improvement.
Also, we will be staying in touch with Dr. P, and so if you need anything that you did actually get an appointment for us, you could contact Dr. P, and Dr. P will call
Yeah.
us. And so, you are amazing, and thank you.
All right. Well, I don't know about that. So how does this volcano work?
Well, you put some water in dry ice and like smoke comes out like a little volcano and it already erupted. That's why that's like it's a
And
lava.
we're talking about carbon emissions.
Yeah.
Volcanoes are a big source of them.
Yes.
Yeah, and
You're
then
right.
I made this molecule carbon dioxide that comes out.
We also made a PSA on describing how a volcano is
Affects.
affecting our air, and also how the factories
Yeah, this is
affect
like
our air.
nature kind. and that's
Yeah,
like
that
human.
both nature and human are the cause of carbon dioxide, but we humans can make a difference.
Now, we do need a lot of carbon dioxide in the air
Yes.
for plants to breathe.
Yes. Yes.
So we can't, it's a good thing we get a lot of it. We do need a lot of it.
Yes.
But I hear what you're saying.
Yes.
Thank you so much,
All right.
Mr. Charles. We really appreciate it. And as Odala suggested, I'll stay in touch with you. And I love the idea that they're going to make a PSA to promote the bike trail and to promote using the bus transportation. However, they probably do 2 separate short
Yes.
PSAs. And if I can send you an email and ask for the specific information you'd like included so we get the details correct.
Okay.
And then they'll produce it as soon as possible. And team, I'm available anytime you want to do that. so that we can get it out there as soon as possible to help Mr. Shaw with the OCTA get that further along. That would be, can you imagine? That would be exciting.
Yes.
That you could be part of that, getting that bike trail further. People would feel more safe. That's a great idea.
There's different, I'm gonna forget it all. There's class 1, class 2, and class 3 bike trails. The class 3 are the ones where it's like its own lane, right? It's a dedicated lane. Now you might see sometimes you'll see just signs that say bike trail, but there's not like a dotted line in the street, but it's sort of like a bike trail they've identified. So anyway, that's like a class 1. Anyway, there's different ways of looking at it. But we've been working on our bike trail system in the city, trying to make more sense of them, to have them more connected. The big project is to get, down there by Imperial Highway and Beach Boulevard, there's like the creek that kind of goes there.
Yes.
So that eventually, there's a bike trail along that creek that goes all the way down to the Pacific Ocean. So we're trying to get that linked up to that thing I was telling you about on the railroad track.
Yes.
So you could ride from the Pacific Ocean, basically, if you're really feeling it that day, and come up and come down the one over to Brea, and then loop back into the Santa Ana River, and basically go back down to the Pacific Ocean and come back to PCH. It's like a 70-mile, they would call it the OC loop. So it'd be an Orange County 70-mile loop of a bike trail that's all connected, but coming down the 2 rivers and all that. So for people who are real avid cyclists and really want to spend up like a full Saturday, riding their bike, they could do this gigantic loop. So we're trying to. La Habra is kind of the part that's where it's not connected, right? So in the whole rest of the county, it's all done except for the part of La Habra we're trying that. So the whole county's waiting on La Habra to get this part.
So you guys can be the connecting piece.
Yeah.
So thank you so much.
All right,
for
you're
coming.
welcome.